Indiana takes the floor in their home white with crimson lettering. And for Wichita State in their road yellow uniforms with black lettering and white trim. Justin Smith will tip for the Hoosiers for Wichita State. It's Echenike. And the ball is in the air, and the Hoosiers retrieve the opening tip. And Rob Finnessy will cross the timeline for Indiana. Left side, Devontae Green. Screen from Justin Smith. Green circles to Finnessy right side. Another screen from Morgan. Top of the key, Justin Smith puts down a few left-hand dribbles. Al Durham to Finnessy. It's 20 seconds in. Hoosiers with the basketball. First possession. Green to the basket. Lost it out of bounds. A wild play and a turnover for Indiana. Wichita State basketball.
I still like that possession. Devontae Green trying to be aggressive. Just unfortunate they're losing the ball out of his hands.
19:33 first half. First offensive possession for the Shockers from Wichita, Kansas. McDuffie hands it off for Dennis. Dennis inside to Echenike, working on Morgan. The up and under, scoops it up, clanks off the rim. Green the rebound. Green up court to Durham. Euro step, misses the lay-in. Echenike might have gotten a piece of it. He grabs the board, and here comes Wichita State. Haynes Jones, top of the key, left side for McDuffie. Second team all AAC selection this season, averaging 18 points a game. Echenike is stripped, but a reach-in foul called. Al Durham will pick it up. That's his first and the first foul of this game with 18:56 to go. And a friendly reminder, there are different rules in this NIT. The foul situation, every 10 minutes the fouls will reset, and there will be no 1-and-1. Once a team has reached the 5 foul limit, there will be 2 shots for every foul. But, of course, this was a shooting foul, so Echenike gets the first free throw to fall.
A tough call right there. It was a bit late maybe, but I think maybe still the right call. He came down. Anytime you come down on a shooter, you're most likely going to get that call.
And, of course, the lane extended in the NIT. If you've seen it on TV before, they extend the sides of the lane a little bit, and then
NBA style,
and then the three-point line is at NBA length. I think the only other thing is that the shot clock goes to 20 on any offensive rebound. Rob Finnessy with it after Echenike hit both free throws. It's 2-0 Wichita State. Step back, deep 2 for Finnessy, no good, but Justin Smith grabs the board, then he lost it, and it's picked up by the Shockers. Haynes Jones across the timeline. Working on Rob Finnessy, left side for Burton. Top of the key, Dennis, shot fake on Green, drives, kicks it back out to McDuffie. He'll launch a 3. Off the back of the iron, no. Offensive rebound, Echenike. Double teamed underneath, and then Jawan Morgan tips it out of bounds. So it'll be Wichita State basketball with 17 to shoot and 18-17 to play.
Kind of a slow start here. It feels like we've been playing for a while, and it's only not even 2 minutes off the clock, and no points yet for the Hoosiers.
Indiana got off to a very slow start against Arkansas. Both teams only scored 63 points in their most recent wins, and on the inbound, it deflects off of Dexter Dennis's hand out of play, and it's Indiana basketball.
And this press from Wichita State, I think, just trying to speed Indiana up a little bit and get them out of rhythm to start this ball game.
Indiana struggled with some presses this season. Arkansas, Ohio State really gave them some challenges. Here's Smith on the right wing. Hands it off to Durham. Durham wraps around a screen. Inside for Morgan on the left block. Scoops it out to Finnessy. Extra pass. Durham 3-ball. Off the front of the rim, no good. And on the rebound, a foul called. It'll be on the Shockers. And it's going to go on Marcus McDuffie. That's his first and the Shockers' first foul of the game. So it will stay with the Hoosiers. Finnessy will inbound. Green to Morgan left wing. Hands it off to Finnessy. Finnessy at the free throw line. Backs it back out to the right wing. Devontae Green. Screen from Morgan. Dribbling to the left side. Gives it to Morgan on a give and go and a 2-hand slam. And the foul for Jawan Morgan. He'll have a chance to complete the three-point play. And he gets the Hoosiers on the board.
That's just a simple pick and roll right there and a nice find. And that's the first bucket for the Hoosiers. Great pass by Devontae Green, setting up Morgan, a good situation Also, Al Durham's taken 2 shots in this game. I know he's struggled a lot through the NIT so far, but I think it's very important for him to kind of get going early if he can. And I know 0 for 2, not the best start.
Juwan Morgan knocks down the free throw. That's 3 points for him. He's been rock solid using Wilson basketballs, and the NIT uses Wilson basketballs. This is his 4th NIT game as a Hoosier. 3-2 Indiana, Wichita State. Echenique backing down Morgan. Help comes from Durham. He picks up his dribble. Now to Dennis in the corner. Dennis navigating the lane, floats it up, misses the shot. Rebound tipped around, and Juwan Morgan balances himself inbounds and grabs it. Now Devontae Green with it with a 3-2 Indiana lead. No look pass inside. Morgan had to bobble it before he could corral it. Now scoops it up. Too strong off the tongue of the rim, and the rebound collected by Wichita State. 3 minutes in, it's 3-2 Hoosiers. Driving inside, kicks it out. Corner 3 from Dennis, buries it. Dexter Dennis, a 38% three-point shooter. He has struggled, just 4 of 18 in his last 4 games, but he buries the corner 3. Shockers up 2. Morgan left wing. Finney left side, driving to the basket, blocked away by Dennis. Here come the Shockers. Dennis on the left wing, top of the key, Haynes Jones floats it down for Echenique, but it hits the backboard and caroms into the hands of Juwan Morgan. Finney backs it out, top of the key, Durham drives inside, floater banks home.
That's a big bucket. That's a big bucket there for Al Durham just to kind of get him going a little bit.
Al Durham's on the board, 5-5, 16:08 to go. Haynes Jones, they rotate around the horn of Dennis. Left block, Echenique, turnaround jumper is pure. Now Wichita State up 7-5. Teams take the field. The Hoosiers will kick it off to the Nittany Lions. The Hoosiers in their all-red jerseys with white lettering. Looks like the block eye helmets as well for the Nittany Lions. They're all white uniforms with blue lettering and the white helmets with a navy blue stripe through the middle. It'll be Jared Smoller to kick it off for the Hoosiers. He puts his right leg into it. This one end over end. Brings him up to the 8-yard line. It's bobbled. Now across the 15-20. Through some tacklers. It's Hemler to the 30. 35-40 on the far side. 50. 45. Cuts back in and pushed out of bounds inside the Indiana 40 and out of the 36-yard line of the Hoosiers.
And we knew what Hemler could do as a receiver in terms of the receiving core, but talk about couldn't find much of a better start for Trace McSorley and this Penn State offense to get things going, Austin.
KJ Hamler, the receiver out of Pontiac, Michigan, comes out, returns the opening kickoff after bobbling it momentarily to the 36-yard line of Indiana, and that's where we will get our first taste of the senior Trace McSorley and this Penn State offense. McSorley in the shotgun. Sanders off to his right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap from McSorley. Fakes the handoff. Steps up in the pocket. Rolling to his left. Pressure from behind. Brings him down. Great play by the Hoosiers. Pressure in the backfield.
Yeah, initially it looked like McSorley had more time. Perhaps more time that he actually thought he had. But then out of nowhere, comes from behind. But
that was Niall Sykes, the defensive end. 1-yard gain for McSorley. 2nd and 9 from the 35. McSorley looks back to the sideline. Same setup as the previous play. Sanders moves to his left. Snap to McSorley. Steps up. Wide open. Sanders on the left side. 20, 15, 10. Dancing inside the 10-yard line to the 6. A pickup of 29 yards, and a big gain for the Nittany Lions. That had to have been a blown coverage or something there, Connor.
Yeah, blown
Wide
coverage,
open.
and Trace McSorley had all day. This Penn State offensive line is one of the best that they've had in quite some time as well.
Shotgun formation from McSorley. Sanders to his right. Pat Freiermuth, the tight end on the right side of the line. The snap to McSorley. Fakes the handoff to Sanders. Keeps it himself across the 5 and dives to the 3. Pickup of 3 yards on the play. And there for the tackle for the Hoosiers, Ashawn Riggins, along with others. So 2nd down and 3 from the Indiana 3. Goal to go for the Nittany Lions. McSorley the snap. Fakes the handoff again. Keeps himself up the gut. Stopped at the 1. The ball may be loose. McSorley in a giant pile is stopped inside the 1. Jonathan Crawford's in there. Several Hoosiers. Doesn't look like the ball ever came loose, but big scrum there inside the 1. Brings up 3rd inches, 3rd and goal. McSorley in the shotgun, Sanders to his left. McSorley the snap, gives to Sanders, wide open hole for a touchdown. Miles Sanders scampers into the end zone after his big 29-yard pass catch gets him inside the 10. He finishes the job, and the Nittany Lions are on the board first.
That drive right there, Austin Render, just Penn State being Penn State. No time, and Trace McSorley just takes care of the rest after a wonderful kick return set up by KJ Hamler. And the rest is history. A quick score, and that's exactly what Penn State wanted.
Their average drive is, just under 2 minutes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, just under 2 minutes. And Penn State strikes first. The extra point on its way and through for Jake Peiniger. And that will put Penn State up 7-0 on the Indiana Hoosiers with a flat 13 to go. Welcome to IU Sports Media. I'm Austin Render. The Tennessee Volunteers spent a month as the #1 team in the nation back in January. But this is March, and the Colgate Raiders almost beat Tennessee in the first round of the NCAA tournament. But they escaped by 7. Now they would take on the Iowa Hawkeyes today for a chance to go to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2014. Let's get to the highlights and play some basketball. Grant Williams, he's pretty good at basketball. He'll drive inside. The 2-time Player of the Year in the SEC kisses it off the glass and the foul. He'll convert the 3-point play. Tennessee up 15 at this point, up ahead. Kyle Alexander with the foul as well. And the Volunteers are cruising. Now Admiral Schofield's going to get a look at a 3. Pay attention to the score. Tennessee up 40-17 after that triple. But here come the Hawkeyes, not going to give up yet, down as many as 25, but Tyler Cook had none of that. Had one hand slam and the foul. Hawkeyes down 8 at this point. Nicholas Baer grabs the rebound out to Bohannon. Why not? A 3-pointer for the man who has sank so many clutch threes this year. It's a 5-point game. Mr. Garza excited about that one. Now the Hawkeyes back with it. 3-point game. Bohannon gets a look. He's blocked, but maybe fouled. Maybe blocked. They would look at it. The officials would talk about it. They'd call a foul. Take a look at it yourself. Might have been mostly ball, maybe a little hand. Lamonte Turner gets called for the foul, and Jordan Bohannon goes to the free throw line where he would hit all 3 and tie the game up at 67. Volunteers have a chance, tied at 71. Final seconds. Jordan Bone for 3. It doesn't go. Rebound Hawkeyes. No timeout called. We will head to overtime, tied at 71. In the extra period, maybe a travel from Grant Williams. Either way, it's out for a 3, and Jordan Bone buries it to go up by 5. Schofield excited from the bench with his foul trouble. Here's Williams again. He's going to take over. Grant Williams' turnaround jumper is good. The icing on the cake for the Volunteers. They escape and win 83-77, advancing to the Sweet 16. Other action out in Tulsa. The Buckeyes taking on Kelvin Sampson and the Houston Cougars looking to advance to the Sweet 16. How about Corey Davis Jr. in the corner, spot up 3, knocks it down. He would have a big game for the Cougars. On the other end, the Buckeyes. Andre Wesson buries a 3, an early lead for the Buckeyes. I tell you what, that's one of the dance moves I have in the arsenal. Buckeyes flossing around, leading early. Now Houston on the other end, a 3-pointer for the Cougars, gets them back up by 7. And it is Galen Robinson driving inside, getting it to go, and he's pumped up as the Cougars pulling away. But not so fast. Nice move by Keyshawn Woods, finishes with the slam. Buckeyes within 4, the family excited on the sideline. Now the Cougars continuing their charge. Corey Davis, a lot to handle for the Buckeyes. Exile had a missed 3-pointer, but that's going to be picked up by Fabian White. He'll finish it with a hook shot. Houston pulling away, and one last extra measure for the Cougars. It's a 2-hand slam from Bryson Gresham, and Houston pulls away and wins. No tie, no blazer, no problem for Kelvin Sampson and the Cougars. They'll go to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1984, winning 74-59.